Hello, greetings everyone. Today we'll be looking at some questions with answers for tooth morphology, and we have 7 questions here. These are very easy questions, but we'll gradually go from easy questions to moderate and then difficult questions in our later videos. So the first question is, name the 2 dental arches. So the 2 dental arches that we have are the maxillary arch and the mandibular arch. The maxillary arch is present in the maxillary bone, while the mandibular arch is present in the mandibular bone here, as shown, as highlighted by red color. So these structures are actually highlighted, show us the alveolar processes of the maxillary bone as well as the alveolar process of the mandibular bone. And here we have the maxillary arch and the maxillary teeth, and below we have the mandibular teeth and the mandibular arch. So we'll move on to the answer of this question, and the answer is that maxillary arch and mandibular arch are the 2 dental arches. Now the next question is, name the 2 sets of teeth for a human being. So the answer is very simple. The 2 sets of teeth are the primary and the deciduous deciduous teeth, and then the next are the permanent teeth, are the permanent dentition. Now the question arises, when does the transitional or the mixed dentition period begin and end? And the answer to this question is that the transitional dentition period usually starts when the first permanent molar erupts into the oral cavity, and it lasts from 6 to 12 years of age. Now describe when the deciduous dentition period usually ends. The deciduous dentition period ends when the initial permanent tooth erupts into the oral cavity, and this usually happens between 6 to 6.5 years of age, and the first permanent tooth to erupt into the oral cavity is the first permanent mandibular first molar, and the deciduous dentition with the eruption of the permanent mandibular first molar changes into the mixed dentition phase. So now in the dental formula, these letters I, C, P and M, what do they represent and which teeth do they usually represent? So I stands for incisor, C for canine, P for premolar, M for molar. So ICPM is the short form for it, or the abbreviation for it, and D stands for incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So the next question is, so what is the dental formula for the deciduous dentition? So for the deciduous dentition, this is how it's usually written: I 2 by 2, which showing the 2 incisors in the maxilla and in the mandible, and then we have 2 canines in one arch, and we have 2 molars in one arch. Divided by 2 means the maxillary arch and the mandibular arch. So the total number of teeth in the deciduous dentition is 20, and this is the dental formula for the primary or the deciduous dentition. What is missing here are the premolars, which are not present in the primary or deciduous dentition. Now the next question is, what is the dental formula for the permanent dentition? So for the permanent dentition, this is the dental formula where incisors, there are 2 by 2, meaning there are 2 incisors, 2 central incisors divided by 2, and we have 2 canines, 2 premolars, 3 molars, and divided by 2, meaning we have 2 in the maxillary arch and in the mandibular arch. So all of this, if we combine them, then we get 32 teeth. But one thing to remember is that in the general population, majority of individuals do not have 32 teeth. So 32 teeth is a rarity. Mostly in most individuals, there are either 28 or 29 teeth, and the third molar is one of the most commonly congenitally absent tooth in the oral cavity. But in the dental formula, we usually write 32 teeth. Hope this has been useful. Thank you for your attention.